Okay, welcome to a playthrough of Ethel. We think the first game of a series. The Claire, as you see in the bottom, is the second game. We have that, but haven't touched it yet. So let's jump in.
My name is Thomas Myrtle.
Okay.
And I think I murdered my grandmother.
Understandable. What? Understood, Tony. Present day 1963. They had a lot of violence back then, huh? So many games take place in those times. That's what they call running? Okay, understood. That is okay, that is running and makes our character already be out of breath. Are we playing real life now, or what? Because also can't run very. We used to be able to run like very well, and now. Oh well, things change. And this looks like a path of some sort. Who the hell boarded this up? There has to be something around here I can use to take these down. Okay, that's locked. Investigate the house. But at least we got a flashlight from the start. We appreciate that. We picked up a fuse already. Probably will be useful if we had to. You can find me if you try, but I can't be seen with the naked eye. And beef, I assume. Okay. Oh, we had stuff falling out of the fridge before as well. That doesn't spook us anymore. You know, it's when you live with others and they put their shit into the fridge in a way that it just, yeah, and suddenly you open it and like, stuff is coming at you and you're like, what the fuck? You know, that type, so... That is, that doesn't need like a ghost or anything like that. It just, needs... Hasn't happened very often, but it did happen before. Okay, let's investigate this room. December 18th, 1949. It's been a tough journey, but I'm grateful to have my grandparents by my side when I had nothing and nobody else. I've been crashing on this couch for a few months now, and my back is constantly reminding me of the discomfort, but it's still better than the cold sidewalks I used to sleep on. Becky, I know you'll never see this, but I'm sorry for how our marriage fell apart because of my addiction. I'm proud to say I've been clean for 2 years now, though life is still tough. My grandmother's memory is fading and it's hard to watch. She tries to write, but she can barely get through a few sentences. Still, she gets up every morning at 4 a.m. to make us both a fresh cup of coffee, and those moments on the porch mean the world to me. Pa and I don't talk like we used to, and it hurts. I thought we'd grow closer, but instead we've drifted apart. I'm trying to figure it out. Each day is hard, but I'm holding on to the small blessings and grateful for the family I still have. That sentence was wrong. Means of my great grandmother, her pictures above. Pa used to talk about her all the time. Grandma's parents years after finishing the very home I'm standing in. Who was here? In here? But since there's graffiti, who knows? Who knows who was here since there's graffiti? Wait, Judas dash washing powder. Juice, just a dash. Just a dash. Oh, we read that as Judas something. July 11th, 1953. Surprise Claire today with a visit to the famous Ethel Myrtle's house. She's been wanting to come here for months. The place is hidden, but I met someone who used to work for Ethel. There are rumors about her grandson being involved in her disappearance and the husband vanished afterward. Maybe wanting revenge? The house is mostly locked up with almost every door sealed, preserving its history. Claire brought her Ouija board to connect with Ethel. She's a bit of a fanatic. She's been acting a bit strange lately, but the strip seems to have cheered her up, even with the heavy feeling here. I boarded up the back door for her peace of mind. Now we're off to see what else we can find. At least they didn't destroy anything. I'll keep looking around. Oh, someone here? Hello? Oh, shit. I took sleeping pills. We do that too. We do that too. We will take one this night just to we need sleep so bad. Journal entry, September 15th, 1949. 2 decades in this dump have left me feeling monotony's dull ache. Yeah, that's our experience of living in where we live as well. Our grandson's arrival, though celebrated by others, only amplifies the dull ache of boredom that has settled into the very bones of this place. That sounds like depression if you feel that about your newborn child. The walls close in as the routine of these isolated woods or even grandson or whatever. Isolated wood stifles any excitement or purpose. I often find my mind drifting back to the days of war, a time when every heartbeat mattered. Returning to that chaos feels preferable to the dreariness of this homestead. Yeah, that sounds very much like PTSD with depression combined, and that's why you want to return to the pain you from before, because it's like some PTSD thing. But in the midst of Ethel's illness, I cling to the rhythmic purr of my truck and the solace of painting. The canvas becomes a sanctuary for my unspoken thoughts, locked away in a room only seen by my late mother. The keys to my peace rest with her. As I write on this anniversary, the ink carries the weight of unspoken desires. Peace rest with house in the back. Pa would twirl it around his finger during power outages. Yeah, rest with her like a nightstand. We also have a nightstand now. We've repurposed like a little piece of furniture that we had for a nightstand, and so we're like, yay! Poor folks' nightstand, woo! Our fan looks like it went into a car crash, by the way, that's standing behind us. And maybe it did, who knows? But hey, you take what you get, you know? And it fits how we feel, so... Why do we always have that sound whenever we walk? We have that step, 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 step. What is that? Not that. This here. It sounds like those pumps that you use for your bicycle, right? And you hear that step sound. Step, 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 step. Like as if someone is like pumping up a bicycle with every step they take or so. It's like, huh? We just want to open the door. Okay. That is our assumption, yeah. And open the door from the inside? It says something about what the key is for, but we forgot again. We need reminders for stuff like that. They assume we can remember that. Just... What is the key for? Oh, right, that outside thing. No, wait, that was not here. Wasn't there like a path here? That's what it's for. We don't have legs. Okay. Whatever they're always trying to scare us with, we never look in the direction. Have a habit of just not paying attention. You think like neurodivergent folks playing your game will pay attention? Mm-hmm. Hey, we got the electricity running. We don't know why that always works in the US, because here, when you don't pay your electricity, then they just turn it off and then there's nothing on the line. They wouldn't just keep that on for such a house here. They would just turn it off and then there's no power going there. So you would have to just take the power from somewhere else. Oh. Ah, we can finally... There's no power regardless. So Grandma's Paris, this house was constructed by graduated from Garner. Utilizing his skill, he repaired first the old foundation that sits on the hill behind this one and installed the power supply that currently serves the house. Great-great-grandfather was his two sons and daughters. Together with his sons, he constructed the luxurious home that once occupied this property. Now reduced to just its foundation, it sits on the... Oops, break. It sits on the hill behind this house. Photo from years ago, my great-great-grandfather stands proudly beside his daughters, nieces, and nephews. A few years after completing the house he built with his two sons. I mentioned that they all fell seriously ill shortly after its construction. Could it have been due to the materials used in building it? Potentially. Soy sauce. We read boy sauce and we were like, uh-huh. They're keeping you. I used to talk about her all the time. Does this room not have any electricity in here? It doesn't seem so. Hey. Oh yeah, some creepy voice is sting us into some room. Of course we want to go there. Plus, we are a character in a horror story. Of course, we have zero survival instinct. and just follow whatever might kill us the next moment, you know? So, February 8th.
You did it.
Thank you for that compliment. 1951. To whom it may concern, my name is Thomas Myrtle, the grandson of Ethel and Arthur Myrtle. I have no recollection of last night's events, yet I fear I may have committed a grave act. Awakening beside a pool of blood in my grandmother's room with her nowhere to be found, our senseless argument from yesterday morning seems to have spiraled out of control. I cannot bring myself to face my family, so I'm deciding to vanish. I never intended to harm towards you or Grandma, and I wish you were here to have stopped me. Grandma, my love for you is immense, and I'm deeply sorry for believing I had changed. You were right all along. That's definitely supposed to be Nivea cream. Yeah. We don't have a pill thing like this, but we take pills all the time, multiple. So might should get one of these. It's easier to track things like that, what you have to take. Chapter 7, Whispers from the Art Room. Ethel sat by the window, her gaze drifting past the falling snow to the door at the end of the hallway. The entrance to Arthur's sanctuary, his art room. It beckoned to her like a forbidden realm, a place she had not dared to enter, and could not in years. The art room held a mystique that both intrigued and perplexed Ethel. It was a space of secrets, a haven where Arthur retreated to unleash the depths of his creativity. But there was more to it than just painting. Ethel often wondered what mysteries lay hidden within its walls. She imagined shelves lined with jars of pigments and brushes, canvases stacked against one another like silent witnesses to Arthur's artistic journey. But what drew Arthur to his art room, time and time again, was not just the act of painting, but the solace it provided. It was a place where he could escape the demands of the world. Oh yeah, that sounds nice. Where he could lose himself in the strokes of his brush and the swirls of color on his canvas. Ethel understood this, perhaps more than anyone else. She knew that Arthur's art was not just a hobby, but a lifeline, a tether to his true self in a world that often seemed indifferent to his dreams. And as she sat by the window, watching the snow fall softly outside, Ethel couldn't help but wonder what secrets lay buried within the walls of the art room. She longed to unlock its mysteries, to understand the depths of Arthur's soul that he so willingly poured into his work. But for now, she could only wait and wonder, a heart heavy with the weight of unspoken truth. Why did Pa keep that room so secretive? Anyways. There was no direct hit. Jeez. Dude. What the hell was that? Am I having a fucking episode? We don't know if we're having an episode or if that's just checkpoint reach. That's good to know that this game has checkpoints. We could interrupt if we need to end the stream before the game is done. Thank you for putting that big onto the screen. Find art room key. So the text is supposed to give us a hint, right? Wait, is there something in parentheses that... They look creepy on that photo. February 7th, 1951. This morning was rough. Oh yeah, tell us about that. A grandma accused me of taking her pills, which hurt, especially since I've been clean. I know her memory isn't great, but I didn't touch those pills. They were probably just forgotten on the coffee table. Grandma surprised me by suggesting we play poker tonight and talk it out. He'll likely bring up his 1914 war story. Again, the year he was drafted into the war. It's a welcome break from the tension with Grandma and a chance to connect. Especially since he's always locked away in his mysterious art room. The other day I saw him painting the walls, but oddly, there was no paint left behind. I think those paint fumes must be getting to him. I hope Grandma forgives me. Being falsely accused by someone you love hurts, but I'll try to maintain patience and understanding. Family is everything, even when they're mistaken. Can't relate to that, but happy for you if that describes how you feel about family. If you really have that kind of family that you cherish. Happy for you. So 1914 war story. Other days I'm painting the walls oddly, but there was no paint left behind. Painting that part, I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to represent, but it's always giving me the creeps. Ah, there was that note. Okay, we just wanted to make sure that over 4 hours. Oh, wait a second, that's not where we're meant to go. Thank you, Muzi. Hope we didn't forget it. Oh, oops. Oh, hit the microphone. Da-da. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. Uh, "1914 war story. The other day I saw him painting the walls, but oddly. Maybe it's a book? Up. story lore, not essential to read. Hi, Cece. How are you doing? I hope that we could click the books, but no. Oh, we just want. Oh. Okay. Home Sweet Home, yeah, it's stock assets that they used. Yes. But hey, if that means more folks can make games, then yeah. Wait, hello. We can't click out of this. Oh, cool, yeah. Oh, do we love this? We can't click out of this anymore. Can we? Apparently, we cannot continue because we get stuck on the fucking painting. Yeah, great. Like, please don't have stuff like that in your game. Come on, you can do better than that. Already had that. The same bookshelf with the same books. Oh, in the urn. In the urn. Yeah. You could say we earned the key. Okay, yeah. Oh, oh. Okay, anyway. We thought of the it's from a from a video. Look up Baltimore accent Iron Urn or Aaron or something like that, and then like some folks with like a Baltimore accent are supposed to say like Aaron earned an iron urn, and it sounds like just they're saying the same word like 5-6 times, like and it's so funny. And then the other guy says like, "You just saying the same word 5 times." No, I'm not doing that. So the that's why we immediately thought of the joke. I love this paint. There is even fluorescent paint here. Anything else that we can collect so far? Ooh, interesting stuff. I keep doing all kinds of different things. The canvas before me depicts a man dissolving into the ennui and weakness that surrounds me. Ennui? What does that mean? The tape recordings are safely secured in my study. Arthur 19. Oops. What I meant to do? Can we now go in there or? Oh, the tape is in parentheses, so recording is safely secured in my study. God, wish we had an art room. We would just paint there sometimes, just to paint things. Oh, we would love to pick up painting if we could just afford all kinds of shit that doesn't fit into our budget. You know? We would try to do like a Timu Bob Ross and get some art done. That is study. More like a bedroom, right? Is this his study? This is his art room. The tape recording a safely secured in my study. Fluorescent paint here. In the door. See, that's what we should have checked behind the door. Find what the key unlocks. Okay. Nice. Was that a good song? Comes out in our next album. Called Randomly Hitting the Keys. Oh, wasn't there like a yeah. I think we know what it unlocks, but where was it? Was it in the bathroom? This room? Yeah. Press F to activate UV light. Ah! Okay. Now we can hunt for sperm ectoplasm. So far, everyone here has been pure. Very good. Multi should be pleased. Look, everything is nice and fine. Normal people living pure lives. Good. Very nice. Yeah. Especially you, CC. Normal people with normal home. Oh, Lord, in Grandma's room. Oh, Lord. Was she screaming because we found the sperm stains? Cum stains. We couldn't find anything in this room here. It's quite surprising. One. Yo, Christ. Understood. One. One. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh, God. Please let us think for a fucking second while we're walking. Ah, you bitch.
Part in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberry.
Exactly. Okay, so that we're not looking outside, they're trying to give us hints. $419. Is that enough for the door? Ah! You probably need to click the numbers to access the door, because otherwise the game would refuse. Sneaky bitch, yeah. For real. Ah, fuck, we should, yeah. Okay, let's do, what? Let's do that. 4191. And then it's 1914, isn't it? Why does it write that in that order then if it's... Quit smoking in 10 days. That's... We quit smoking from one day to another. All the shoutouts to each other. You can shout at everyone in chat. I think no clips should be playing because that's disabled for like normal stuff. Memories still stick with me to this day. Wait, are we the grandpa? Or the great grandpa or something? Shadow gotta go. Thank you for the stream. Have a good dinner night. Have a great rest of your day yourself. And thank you for being here, CC. Sorry we didn't see that. Sometimes it's hard to filter out what we have read and what we didn't. If you still heard that. This is a tape player. Why wouldn't he have one in that room? Of the game Granny, we think we played that. We think we played that. Not sure. We have to look it up if we're confusing that with something we played. I think we played that. Oh, there's the tape player.
Congratulations. You've stumbled upon my tape, where I'm certain I'll be 6 feet by now. Here's the truth. I snuffed out my wife, Ethel Myrtle, with my own hands. Craftily, I pinned the whole sordid affair on my feeble grandson. Oh, Tommy boy, you were a breeze to deceive. My hands may be dirty, but yours will bear the weight of the blame. You see, when you've got one soul dependent on meds to numb the pain, and another reveling in them for twisted delight, pitting them against each other is child's play. Just drop the pills next to the addict's pitiful bedside. I waltz in, the virtuous savior. Tom and I indulge in a deceitful game of poker, and as he rises to use the head, I sneak a generous dose of sleeping pills into his tea. Sweet dreams, Tom, you gullible pawn. Once Ethel was dealt with, I moved his body into her quarters. When he comes to, I'm sure he'll believe the terrors of the war made him do such a terrible thing. He won't suspect it was me. Little does he know, I had him dancing to my malicious tune. I've got him fooled. I fed him a load of lies, making him believe I'm off on some extended work trip tonight. I'd kill him too, but unfortunately, he's my cover. Here's the motive. I've gambled my life for this damn country. Yet, who gets the accolades? Not me, but Ethel. Maybe once I erase her from the scene, they'll finally acknowledge the greatness I've achieved, the masterpieces I've crafted. And if they still don't, well, This confession will cement me as the legend who silenced the renowned author Ethel Myrtle and got away with it.
Son of a bitch, all these years. Found what I needed, I should leave. Nice of him to record his confession, you know. People, humans. Oh. Okay, there's a ball. See, that's spooky when your balls are swinging wildly through the house. That is a classic. Usually they just fly through the room or something. Or roll over the floor. Oh shit. My dearest Max, it's hard to put into words the turmoil swirling within me. I need you to understand that my love for you was genuine, but the path I've chosen was driven by desperation. Losing my mother at a young age left a void only Ethel could fill. Her books became my refuge, guiding me through life's trials with their messages of hope and joy. The road I've taken, deceiving you to enter her cherished haven, was not fueled by malice, but by a sense of duty. In this life, I find it hard to find a purpose. Even the prospect of motherhood couldn't anchor me in purpose. Yes, Max, I'm 3 months pregnant. Always have like, always, you know, like, whenever we hear like motherhood and purpose, then we, male author cringe feelings, you know, but okay. I owe Ethel everything. With this book of spells and your sacrifice, I'll protect the place she once called home and where those cherished books were born for all eternity. Not specifically for this game. We don't know if it's a male author for the stuff here. But it's just, we all immediately get those cringe feelings because often enough, like, men have, throughout history, like, thought that it's just a, like, the purpose for a woman. You know? And anyways, you once said you'd do anything for me, and I believed you. So I slipped poison into your drink, knowing you'd understand. Oh yeah, of course. If someone slips poison into our drink, we understand. They probably have some beef with us. You look so peaceful now in that bad, and I promise to protect your soul. You may rest while mine will remain here forever. Farewell, Max. Thank you for this chance, even if it means goodbye. Love always, Claire. Oh, suicide in the bathtub? Okay. We got the bad ending. Huh? Guided by an unyielding curiosity, your journey led you to a risky exploration that ultimately sealed your fate. Entering the attic, the symbolic Pandora's box was opened, allowing Claire's meticulously crafted spell to search. Now the consequence is absolute. Anyone stepping into the house is incontrovertibly bound by the Events veiled, and your name is forever tarnished in the madness and his grandmother's life.
Thomas.
Grandma?
Thank you.
Oh fuck! We had the microphone muted. Freed from years of your grandmother may now rest. Leaving the incriminating table authorities, and name was cleared, allowing you to emerge from seclusion. And father, found drinking at a local bar in a small Kentucky town, faced justice and will spend his remaining years in prison. 73 years old. Yet a lingering mystery endures. Who were the woman and child? Was it your guilt taking a tangible form? Or does a more complex story lie beneath the surface? In the end, what prevails is the certainty that the elusive truth has been uncovered. Ethel. Okay, yeah. Game is cool. We like this one. There's multiple endings and cool. Definitely happy with it. See, like these games, I'm like just derogatory, like try to insult with being called walking sims, but they're fun. We like them. And Claire is the next one. Stay tuned for that.